in. You can see the size of the trees that were knocked over here too. So we are talking some significant damage on this property. Buying a home right now looks a lot more like this. Or like this. Right after the fireworks were done, it started pouring. They've actually been handing out these complimentary ponchos to everyone. Your commute might feel a little bit like this. Hundreds of people have turned out here at Secor and Central for a protest in honor of George Floyd, the man who was killed in police custody earlier this week. We're just starting to get that initial coating of snow. Pretty easy to shovel away right now. I'm gonna leave you with this. In just a few short months, we'll have another season and another chance to bring that Kelly Cup home. This means that the mayor, who's actually with me right now, can actually move forward and work with the other 8 municipalities. So your phone's been blowing up since you've been with us. Some of the roads look like this, while just 1 block down, you can see a series of potholes that have just been filled in. There's a very large police and fire presence. We do believe that the family just got here, and here's what we know so far. Now, this is according to TPD. There was a standoff. Police tried to negotiate for 2 hours. They say negotiations weren't working, and they fired tear gas into the house, and that a suspect started shooting, and an officer and a suspect were both shot, and they're both en route to the hospital. I thought I'd give you a little peek behind the scenes, what it looks like when we're setting up for these shots, especially because we have the big truck with us. So our amazing photog, John Jubai, he already set this up for us to make sure that we are able to go live and give you an idea of what the weather conditions look like out here. So this takes a little while to do before we go and you see that quick 30 seconds to a minute on TV. Right now it appears that the Sheriff's Department is speaking with the individual who appears to be working for the Trump campaign. While the protesters are still here, they have their setup going on. So essentially we're trying to look for clarification. If these protesters can't be here, where can they go? And why and who are asking them to leave the property? I'm going to turn this around here so you can see the damage that we are looking at. This used to be a very large barn. Now, the fire crews spoke to one of the neighbors who's familiar with the people who live here and said that the barn was filled with books. So we're talking highly flammable materials. It's picture day at Soul City Boxing, and Ronisha Inslee is dressed to kill.
5, 3, 2.
The expression in her photo, just a snapshot of her intensity in the ring.
In 2016, Soul City had an Olympian. In 2020, Soul City had an Olympian. In 2024, Soul City gonna have an Olympian.
Focused on her form with fierce footwork to follow, Inslee's journey began a decade ago after seeing a future Olympian fight with the boys.
5, 3, 2.
When I seen O'Shea spar, she just was so dominant and just so like, she didn't look like a girl. So ever since then, I've been inspired. I even get goosebumps right now thinking about it.
Inslee is building a reputation of her own, training 5 hours a day to step into a larger ring.
I am going to the Nationals in December. I've competed at many tournaments, so many that I don't even know the names of all of them, but I've been #1 in the nation before.
Now she's working to match Jones's golden mentality.
You have to be tough, and like I use the word dominant because that's really a major word to describe her. In the ring, she controls the ring, she controls the energy.
Pictures are treasured in Soul City, and spots on the Wall of Champions coveted. But Inslee sees a little room.
Probably in this little empty space right here. It's probably right for me.
Already training to join Jones in the 2024 Olympics and in that space on the wall. In Toledo, Emma Henderson, WTOL 11. It's snack time at Roosevelt Pool. For kids and adults, it's also bonding time. A way to get a taste of how everyone's doing. And Ryan Glaze brings along his sweet ride.
I was them at one point in my life, and I'll say it. I never could, growing up, hey, owning a house or driving a car.
They've created a multi-generational community designed to inspire kids and keep pools safe, simply by being there and being aware. So far, it's working.
Since June 17th,
There have been not a single incident that the police have had to respond to.
From swimming to the splash pad, the bikes, pizza, and people follow. Our community has a presence from open till close at all city pools.
The biker community kind of gets a little bad rap because they don't realize that a lot of these guys out here are their coaches, and they're already out in the community doing good things.
Snacks serve as the icebreaker, and for some, a time machine.
Bringing the inner kid back out and coming out and doing this, being a part of the community and not complaining about it and just really doing something about it.
The program was expected to end, but its success left everyone hungry for more.
Definitely, we would love to keep going with programs.
More this year, and they're hoping for years to come. In Central Toledo, Emma Henderson, WTOL 11.
We begin tonight with a special 11 Investigates report. Nursing homes are supposed to protect our most vulnerable, but unfortunately that's not always the case.
Yeah, tonight, Emma Henderson, she has been investigating a facility where some people are actually getting more sick. And in at least 2 instances, the state says they died due to a lack of care.
That's right. Advanced Healthcare first caught our attention in December when Toledo police opened a homicide investigation and identified a suspect in that case. But I started digging through the Ohio Department of Health inspection records and uncovered citations outlining at least one more death, shortcomings in staffing, and care the state considers life-threatening to the people living there.
I think it needs to be closed down immediately. These are human lives and they are stuck.
This person has been trying to get their loved one out of advanced healthcare every day for more than a year. They say they dread getting that call saying their loved one has died, but there are no open beds in other nearby facilities that meet their loved one's needs.
As terrible as the situation is right now, we're stuck in this location until, I don't know until when.
In addition to an open homicide case from December and a new investigation into the death of a patient who inspection records show wasn't given their diabetes medication, the Ohio Department of Health lists 29 recent health citations linked to advanced health care between the state's latest health inspection and the last year of complaints. Attorney Chad Tushman has decades of experience in personal injury and nursing home cases. He was alarmed by what ODH found.
This is far and away the most that I've seen. It's above any type of average here in the state and our nation.
Medicare.gov shows the 29 citations from the state during health inspections just scratched the surface. Its database rates nursing homes. Advanced Healthcare gets 1 out of 5 stars from the government site when it comes to health inspections and 2 out of 5 when it comes to staffing. The amount of times the facility has been cited is more than 3 times the Ohio and national average, according to Medicare.gov. I spoke to a former nurse at the facility who says staffing was always an issue. She says when she walked in for her shift, she didn't know when she'd be able to walk out.
There's a vent trach unit, there were IVs, wounds, all sorts of medically complex things that it's not possible for one nurse to take care of.
She tells WTOL 11 she reached out to the Ohio Department of Health, who did an inspection related to her experiences. They found a 48-hour period on January 2nd and 3rd of 2021 where no registered nurses were staffed to take care of patients. Keep in mind, this is the type of facility designated to care for people who can't eat, breathe, or move on their own. This letter was sent to the facility following her call. It states that because of the number of violations found in the facility, the state will be instituting discretionary denial of payment for new Medicare and Medicaid eligible admissions. The family member we spoke to says they have not gotten any notifications from either the state or Advanced Healthcare about these violations. And the nurse says what ODH found is just part of the story, and the facility remains open with patients inside.
There were a lot of nurses who are being worked down to the bone, who were not taking breaks, who were working 20 hours at a time.
This nurse worked in Advanced Healthcare 2 separate times and was eventually fired. What she told us in our interview supported many of the violations we uncovered in these state documents, showing what life is like for a patient inside the facility.
They have free range in the facility to do or not do whatever they please. My loved one has missed meals, has been left in positions that are uncomfortable, which cause pressure sores for hours. And I don't mean 2 hours, I mean 24 hours.
Tushman says while this is the worst case he's seen, ever since the pandemic shut people out of nursing facilities, he's been getting a lot of calls from people who are worried about the treatment inside nursing homes in general, with no public oversight.
It's the most daunting stuff you see because these are individuals who need help and they're at their most frail point in life, and to have something like this is beyond reproach.
Now, reports from the Ohio Department of Health show COVID and proper PPE usage have also been a major point of concern for this facility, with 32 patients and 17 staff members testing positive as of the latest update to Ohio's coronavirus dashboard. We also reached out to the Ohio Department of Health for comment on this story, but they have not responded.
Emma, you have been working to get Advanced Healthcare's response to this story since last month, and you heard back today?
That's right, Jeff. I called Advanced Healthcare at least 3 times and emailed its public relations person. I heard back on Monday and got an email response to my questions today. Now, according to the spokesperson, the Department of Health cleared Advanced Healthcare's compliance plan as of April and pointed to the facility's 5-star rating for quality of residential care. Reporting in South Toledo, Emma Henderson, WTOL 11.